We good now? Yeah, I don't know what happened. Uh, Stream just crashed. Yeah, okay, just making sure. Stream's up. Um, that was weird. So yeah, so sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but we're back now, so yeah. Yeah, the big problem is with this is I keep on grabbing onto the wall, and I need to do jumps instead because it takes less stamina. Ah! That can't be right. OBS is saying I have like 100 viewers. That can't be right. Oh well, hopefully everything's working now. Am I the only one that thinks the spikes on top of this block look really tasty? Like, I know they're sharp and all that, but if they weren't sharp, they taste really good. Or maybe a little sharp, just like brittle would be nice. I don't know, I feel like it would be really sweet. It's what I'd imagined the Undertale snowball to look like, which I don't know why it would taste like. I think it would taste like cake. Yeah, there you go. Looks like everything's fixed. Really sorry about that. Don't know what happened. I want to try doing that jump without. Yeah, so if I'm lower enough on this block, I can get it. Wait, that wouldn't even matter because my stamina gets replenished here. Just don't know how to get enough stamina. If I can get to that dash crystal, I'll be good. But I just keep on missing it because Madeline's hair. There we go. And we made it! Yippee! So I want to jump on here, bounce to here. No, I need that spring platform. Aha! Yes! No. Okay. I do know I'm not weird in eating snow, though. That's a thing lots of people do. Trying to get back into the bubble. Yeah. Apologies, I don't really have anything planned for this stream, so it'll just be a chill one. Because that's the thing everyone's here for me to play the game. Definitely not for any wacky, zany comments I make. By the way, that is a joke. Want to make sure that... I don't know. So... This is a wash. Why did I suddenly stop being able to do it? There we go. I can get the door to ding. No. Yes. There we go. Oh, there's something down there. Yeah, this is probably like the most boring I've been in a while, so... How do you think Madeline's knees are holding up after all this? Like, sure, the exercise is healthy, but all this stuff can't be good for the joints, man. Like, you won't be able to move. Given like 10, 20 years time. Because she's like, what, 23? Something like that? Okay, we made it to a checkpoint. Okay, it's just a ride the wind little thing. Bubbles remind me of like, what are they called? Like, I always get them confused with the uh, bubbles that have like water in them that are gelatin like. Zorbies? No, Zorbies is the washcloth. But anyway, so I've always one of the big giant balls that's like human hamster balls. I want one of those. Like that's a childhood dream for me because those are so fun. Whenever you like get to play with them at like some sort of fair. But first of all, a lot of them are really small. So I don't know how I'd be able to fit in one nowadays. Oh shoot. Sorry, today's just full of technical difficulties. I forgot to turn off the second uh, audio track. Yeah, I need the dash at that point. I somehow ran out of stamina there. I really don't understand how the stamina in this game works. Yeah. One of the reasons why I want the little, like the big orbs, is because, like, I want to go in, like, around the place in one. More so than just like, oh yeah, just a little thing. Like, I want to go to, like, the grocery store in one, because I think that would just be so funny. I think that was the end of the level. Sorry, the end of the room. But since there's so many technical difficulties today, I just had a great idea. What if I make like a note on screen that there are technical difficulties, and then I just put something up that makes no sense. So if people are like, what's going on? I can be like, no, yeah, that's on your end. There we go. And uh, we have regular airflow again. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's the way to go about it. That reminds me, something that I always wanted to do, but I never had been able to because of a lack of just people to do it with, was like become like an off-brand superhero or supervillain that didn't actually do anything, but like my favorite one is I call it Pickle Man, which is where I dress in like the most lethargic outfit I can possibly imagine. Like sweatpants, sweatshirt, ski mask. It should look like I'm about to rob someone. Uh, ankle high socks, but well, not ankle high socks. That's not what things are called. Like higher socks that, or no socks. Actually, socks would be preferred. No, socks and sandals would probably be the best for that. But anyway, I am getting tangential again. I haven't even said the premise. So what the Pickle Man is that dress up in this outfit and pretend to be a superhero who opens jars of pickles for people, not opens jars of people. That would be very different thing, and I'm not sure if that would count as a superhero. But I just think it would be so funny. Sorry, and then the next part of it is that you'd put up posters around, including some wanted signs and some uh like for vigilante behavior and some signs for checking. I'm blanking on the words, but some signs for contacting you in case of a pickle-related emergency. To which you just go up to them, and whenever you'd get a call, you'd go up to the person, unscrew the pickle jar, take a pickle and throw it at them, and then run away. That's it. I just feel like that would be really confusing. for pretty much anyone. And then you'd always blame, like, if you couldn't open the pickle jar on someone else, because not the superhero we necessarily want, but the superhero we need. Yeah, and then if, like, anything actually happens bad, like, don't actually do anything, it's just for pickle-related matters. Okay, that was pretty close. At least I want to say it was pretty close. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to configure that last one. Because they almost all head to the same spot at the end. Dang it. I was really close though. Oh. I think at the end of all this, Madeline eats the crow. Just a thought, because like that would be quite the twist. Like, nope, sorry, I'm hungry. I feel like I need to get on the other side of these. Nope. I made it through the gap that time, which is good. Just now need to figure things out. This game is really pretty. I know I've mentioned that before, just it is really pretty. There we go. And we made it. We're not going down. We're going up, yeah. Oh. Hey. But it just... Yeah, respawning of blocks. Nim, 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 nim. Are you... Yeah, no, I need to start on the other side. It didn't exist! What are you talking about? There we go. No. Hello? That's... yeah. How on earth am I supposed to... I guess I could try getting above it sooner. I hate you, square block. You didn't exist. Why do you keep on doing this to me? Did I do something to offend you? Huh? Did I accidentally kill your family? Is that what happened? Wee. Wee. Wait. These blocks have no manners. Hey, real quickly, anyone know what the code is for this specific block so I can delete it? I'm not actually going to do that, but man, is it tempting. Well, I don't need you anymore. No, I do need you. I'm sorry. Please take me back. So yeah, for those of you who are watching, if you like the stream, please consider following. It does help out the channel a lot, especially when it's at this small stage. But don't feel forced to. It'll just let you know when I stream next. One of the things I'm like so disappointed about learning as I grew up was that you can't stand on clouds. Like they just look so delicious. They look like they'd be a grand old time. Surely I can't be the only one who thinks that though. I mean, I know it just tastes like water, but where's the whimsy in that? I know there's a whole thing with like, I yeah, ask for more whimsy in life, but if they were actually things, I'd probably just find them normal everyday occurrences. Because a lot of the reason why we find so many things whimsical is because it's well outside the norm. And death. Okay. I used to think this music was like so nice. Now it just feels like it's mocking me. Can't you hear them laughing? Why wasn't it jumping? I pressed the jump button. Is this stupid? Am I stupid? Is there a point to anything we do? Are we only waiting for the cold inevitable end? Oh, hey, man. Hey, Eamon. Uh, sorry, bit of a surprise stream. I wasn't planning to stream today. Uh, did have a bit of an anxiety attack, so I just decided to stream to chill out. I'm doing better now, but that's why I'm streaming today. As you can see, I've made it past 3B. Yeah, Celeste is very much helping. And then also streaming in general, I'm weird in a way where I'm introverted, but I love yapping, and yapping makes me feel more comfortable. So that's one of the reasons I like streaming. Yeah, especially if it's topics I know well. It doesn't even have to be. But talking just makes me feel better, even if it's not about anything whatsoever in particular. Like I could be saying gibberish, and it would just I don't know why, but it helps. Probably that I'm a yapper until a certain topic, then I am. But yeah, so I'm not a yapper, and then you are. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I'm pretty sure I need the box by that point. But, and that is how it is for a lot of people, and like there are definitely some topics I'm like, okay, I know I have no idea what to talk about. Uh, but yeah, if you get me going on a specific topic, I can keep up for hours on end. Okay, though, seriously, though, who made that block? I want a name. Maddie? Okay. Don't know who that is. No, wait, this block? It shouldn't exist. Maddie Thorson. Okay. I'm guessing that's one of the devs. Oh, is that why it's Madeline? No, that would make a lot of sense. I mean, that's like an easy way of doing names because I, for the life of me, whenever I tried to like write something, can never come up with names. Know a few things here and there. That's cool. I have figured out why everything's in ruins. It is because Celeste is a volcano. So, like, an entire civilization just got decimated in recent years. Like, that's not expressly stated, but it's a volcano. There are a few types of mountains, and I did go through them on my head. There's a bunch of lava and fire in the middle of this one. Not much you can really debate the nature of there. Yeah, volcanoes are fine. You know, fire doesn't even hurt. Alright, I never actually explained that. So I got set on fire this one time, and perfectly fine. I didn't even get burnt. I just got set on fire. Uh, it was my 18th birthday, I believe, and I had long hair. You didn't exist. What do you mean you? No, I had long hair and candles got to it, and my whole head burst into flames, like Ghost Rider. Uh, but yeah, no, didn't get burned surprisingly. So this whole game, you're going through a wasteland that's been decimated by this gigantic eruption, in which Granny's the only survivor. That's what I've concluded. There's no other reason why there should be so many abandoned buildings with that much uh, wear and tear on them. Except for, maybe some earthquake or something like that, but I like my version better. No! I have some geologist friends. I say friends, but more so acquaintances. I should go ahead and see if they want to go to Volcano sometime. Why aren't you jumping? And now we die. Surely I am close to the end of this. Seem to understand the path getting there? Yeah. It's mainly... Actually, it's mainly just this block up here that's bugging me. And then the cloud's not jumping. Yeah, I don't know if it's the timing or something, but like a third of the time they don't even seem to work. Probably is just that though. Perfect. I did it. As late as possible for max height. Too late, you don't get very far, yeah. I hate that the hitbox for this one specifically comes back before the block does. Because I keep on thinking I'm in the clear. I don't know why it is, but like, I don't believe like in Destiny or anything like that, but Fate seems to really hate me. Like, between, you know, the whole fire thing, the multiple times I almost drowned, the time that I almost fell into a ravine, that other time I almost fell into a canyon, that time that I got poisoned, like, seriously, I'm surprised I'm alive. Unless I'm just much slower at this section, we should be getting to an end soon. Because usually takes about an hour-ish per B-side for me. Close of a sub-chapter? Okay. Well, that's better than nothing. Yeah, I have no idea how long any of these are. To be fair though, I only completed the one sub-chapter, so there's probably another. Uh, yeah, just shorter. The main thing is the difficulty of it. But I got there. What do you mean? That wasn't fast enough. I just need to figure out a way to get to that one slightly faster. And I'll be able to make it. So like, you ever think that that's the end of the question. No! Aha! Yes! Yippee! Yeah, I see the pattern. It must be really weird to explain what your job is if you're a panda conservationist. Because, like what you do for your job. Because on paper, you're gonna be like, yeah, no, I make sure pandas don't go extinct. But the thing is that pandas don't actually like reproduce properly. Yeah, that don't want to mate. Literally, yeah. How do you tell your family your job is to make pandas take Viagra and the give them porn? Because that is the job. I don't understand how they exist. Still, though, like if besides conservation efforts, I don't know how they existed in the first place. There's so many stuff where evolution just messed up the animal. Uh, the two biggest ones are whatever that boar is. Like at least to me, the two biggest ones that horns grow into its skull, and hyenas because the women have penises and they have to give birth through it. That's our prime example. Yeah, that's less natural selection, but like pugs have it rough. And there's a lot of animals with unnatural selection. That are bad because, well, turns out breeding for specific properties and ignoring all the others isn't good for health. My blood present circumstances? Yeah, I really do wonder. Uh, I I know a lot of the depopulation stuff had to do with like the cutting down of the forests that they lived in and urbanization, but there's more to it than that. Because like, why wouldn't they mate? Like, I'm not trying to be weird here or anything like that, but why won't the pandas have sex? And even when they do, even when they finally do, they're still horrible at, like, it's still a rough job. Because the this is a relatively, like a pretty well-known fact, I want to say nowadays, that female pandas fake their pregnancies. So imagine having to go through what months and months of panda porn and panda Viagra only to learn, sorry, and like pretty much worshiping this female panda only to find out that they don't actually, they're not going to have children. But then when they do, you kill off to any more than one, so I don't get how their numbers, again, increased instead of just staying still. It should be a halving equation, but no. Yeah. And then imagine everything goes right for you. You then have to spend like the next few months playing, sorry, the next few days or weeks, I can't remember how long it is, but playing switcheroo with the panda's child so that they both can get properly treated by their mother so she doesn't notice there's more than one. Like, the zoologists have my respect, man. They go through some rough stuff. And then I feel bad for anyone who has to work with dolphins because I know they're not all bad, but dolphins are very human, let's say, in the negative aspects that humans are human. Again, there's a checkpoint. And that leads me to my question of, why do I know so many animal penis facts? It makes no sense to me and it just bothers me. But I digress. Like, usually I'm against the whole, like, let's call an animal stupid, because, like, you don't know what's going on in their head. But, like, for koalas, yeah, no, they're stupid. They don't even recognize food if it's not on the tree. Yeah, natural habitat shorts. I like them. There are a few nature-based channels I watch. I can't remember the name of one. Mouth. Yeah, those guys are hilarious. I don't know how many people work on those, but those are hilarious. And then I think it's Casual Geographic is the other one that I watch. They're pretty popular, but yeah. Oh yeah, that reminds me, when I went to Costa Rica, um, turns out like you don't want to have non-GMO foods because, well, some organic stuff is fine, but GMO is much better for you than a lot of people give it credit for. Uh, when I was there, there is a group of people that like informed us, yeah, GMO for a reason, that they really prefer GMO products for the reason being the environment. Because if they don't use GMO, they have to find some way to keep the bugs away. And that something is the pesticides, which then not only get into the humans who eat it, yeah, it not only goes into the humans who eat it, but the rain causes runoff that leaks into the local rivers. And because of that, at least I don't know if they've dealt with this by this point, but when I was there, they were having to deal with the local howler monkey population. Their skin was being, sorry, their fur was being bleached by it. And because of that, they were losing their natural camouflage, and hunters were, like, predators were getting them. So yeah, that's ecosystems seem so much more complex. Yeah, incredible biodiversity in like Central to Southern America. It does have the most in the world, so don't get me wrong, there's still plenty of biodiverse places, but uh-oh. Are also complex, just taking it for granted, yeah. And like if you really wanted to look into it, when might have saved? Yeah, probably. I just panicked. But yeah, nature is a lot more interesting than I think is given credit for. Brain is always one step behind the save. Yeah. It's not necessarily just that a lot of the times. Um, a lot of times it's just my brain sees what's coming, computes it, and then it goes, hey, you know what? Are we sure about that? Let's check it again. And it's always that check in again thing that gets me. You know, when it comes to driving and following GPS. Yeah. I never actually did get my license. Mainly because I'm pretty sure it would be bad for everyone involved if I did. I have, like, do a wrong turn with the GPS. Never know how, what I'm at. Hey, it happens to people. But I'm pretty sure I'd be a danger to everyone and myself if I was on the road. I horribly try to overcorrect things. And yeah, driving is very dangerous. But it's not necessarily that I'm like, oh no, driving's dangerous and scary. No, I'm fine with other people driving. It's just that, and I have very shaky limbs, and am not good at keeping things steady. Yeah, and it's not like I'm like, oh no, I can't drive because I'm too anxious. It's that because I'm anxious, I feel like I'd overthink stuff and be a bit too far behind, or like, I also stim a lot. So I'd probably try stimming inside the car, which would not be a good idea. Like on the brake pedals. And I do not want to cause a car crash, so I am perfectly fine uh, using public transportation and other people as manual labor. One day I might give it a try just to see like if it's as bad as I think it is, but not at the moment. Yeah, like I know it's not quite the same, but I suck at like anything driving related. So like go-karts or games, I always manage to crash in the most inconvenient ways possible. And like I said, that's definitely not a one-to-one, but it's bad enough that I question whether I should be behind a wheel or not. I think I need to stay at that end bit for the wind to change again. Like, I know I mentioned this, but I didn't really get to talk about it that much, just because of bouncing back and forth. But it's crazy to me that uh, the Odyssey is essentially the Hamilton of its day in terms of timelines, because that was not close by whatsoever. And then, in addition to that, because I had also read the Eddas, which are the Nordic mythology stuff we have. because it's a Christianization attempt, it tries to frame it as the heroes of Troy moved to Iceland. It's just really weird. It's like, I get it, Troy was like this monumentally mystical place, but like, could it have really been that big of a deal? And then, like, the Odyssey. I do enjoy the Odyssey. I've never read the official translation, but the versions I've heard of it are pretty fun. And I just wonder if the, like, I hate Polites. Is that his name? Politides? Something like that? Because almost the whole story is his fault. There we go. But because Politides was like, yeah, no, you should be kinder and whatnot and spare people. Combined with, thank you, combined with Odysseus being stupid, uh, led to Poseidon getting mad. First you learned how to jump from clouds, now it's how not to? Yeah. And that time I believe I do have to. Yeah, they have to be single-use clouds, of course. It'd be too easy otherwise. You'd be able to collect your thoughts that way. Okay, I know I needed to get higher on that. Something about moving around a lot as a kid that I found really annoying was that like, whenever I'd go somewhere, people would ask me to do an accent from the previous area I was from, but only after my voice had changed, and I had no idea how to do that accent outside of just regularly speaking there. So, like, I didn't feel my voice turning any different because it was so slow, but yeah. Although, the greatest single perk of having moved around quite a bit is comedy. Like, well, besides like the whole cultural experiences, is comedy. There is a set amount of time and I definitely made sure to use this, and I would recommend it for anyone who moves, is that if a joke doesn't land when you move to a new place, you can always just say it was funny or back where you're from, and people will be understanding and it won't be as awkward. And they're like, ah, yeah, no. Irishman doesn't know our ways, American doesn't know our ways, etc., etc. So, yeah, you had to be there. It's like that, but it's slightly less annoying because it just gets you to escape from it. And they're like, okay. So if you ever move to another country, I definitely recommend, like, move long term. Using that if you ever are messed up for like, at least you can get away with it for a few years, actually. Uh, it's like, nobody will question you. Unless there's someone in the room from that place, then it gets way more awkward. Because they'll call you out on it. Guess only countries spending times Netherlands other than the US? Well, I actually don't know if I've been to the Netherlands or not. I went all over Europe, but I can't, because of that, I have trouble remembering which specific countries I've been to. A lot of English speakers. Okay, that's good. Like, not saying that English is good that they speak English. It's good that communal language and that you didn't have to learn a new language to talk to people. Shut up. Anyway. Yeah, there is still some barriers. And there is, street names, city names, and then slang can get really weird. Because from what I can tell, it's getting a lot more uniform now that the internet's a huge thing. But, like, yeah, slang could get really confusing back in the day. Yeah, figuring out accents can be a bit tricky. Uh, the main thing with like Irish accents, I spent like 4 years there, so it was a decent amount of time, but not too terribly long. Is that they don't pronounce PHs, so they don't go th, they go t. So whenever trying to get into like an Irish accent, I always go 33 and a 3, 30, 30, 33 and a third. Yeah, the specific vowels of some more... I don't know what to call the area, but like Scandinavian, is that the right term? Lands, like Nordic countries, can get really confusing. And always good to, if you're going to go somewhere, make sure you learn 3 phrases. I think it was my uncle or my granduncle, something like that. Or cousin, some sort of relative. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but a relative of mine gave the very good advice of you should always learn 3 sentences in any language. No, not swear words. That can be useful. Not swear words, no. But what it is you ask where is, like where's the bathroom? That's one. How to ask for food, and how to ask for water. And sorry, how to ask for food/water, and ask how to go places. Because if you can get the like, hey, I need something to eat, there's usually something to drink around the place. And then bathroom is very important. As long as you have those 3 sentences down, you're good on your trip. Might be a bit difficult, but you'll be fine. Dang it, yeah, that was pretty close. I should get it soon. Yeah, thanks. I am trying, and it is a thing that like you get into the groove of. The screen is really good training for it. There we go. But wait, we're not out of the woods yet. Because of course we aren't. How long does this room go on for? Okay, so I was almost there. Yeah, one final big jump would have gotten it. Well, technically 2, but... Dang it. The running cloud hops are hard. Now I can't even manage to do the first one. Why is that a thing? Like, is it just that I'm getting too much in my head about it, or... Insert end of sentence here. I mean, this is muscle memory. Yeah, muscle memory isn't... Yeah, muscle memory isn't always the best. Clouds bounce, but they don't bounce evenly. Yeah, confidence. We can call it confidence, yeah. That works. But I do see the I'm going passer thing as a thing. Okay. It's honestly just a matter of patience. Thing is, this part isn't as tricky anymore. It's just the run back is awful. Like, I know that's part of what makes it so hard, but Rest with some of the precision jumps? Why, thank you. Consistency? Thanks a lot. That does really mean a lot to me. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna take this opportunity to turn on a light because it's dark in here. I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, we're back. I'm scared of these little coins placement. You know what? Let's just go this way for now. Looks like we'll be somehow able to get up the coins. Is a pick your road section? Okay. Good to know. Might I please just have single thing. Well, you do need them all, but once you get traversal down, you can get in any order. Yeah, the main thing is I'm not quite sure how to get this one. Oh, probably to the right. Like that. Yeah. What on earth do I... gonna try and stupid ledge getting my head on. Trying to see how to get this one first. Yeah, something like that maybe. That looks possible. Yeah, it is possible. That's really rough though. Yeah. But the one I saw is probably unintended. I'm aware you can probably do something with the crystal. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is probably the easiest way. Just don't know if it's possible. It should theoretically be able to be possible. I'm gonna keep it this way because it's easier, but yeah, I would not recommend doing that unless you're trying to show off. Almost had it. At least I'm getting these down pretty solidly. I am grateful for the hitboxes on this. Speedords figure out a way to dash faster in between this type. I'm sure they probably did. Resides from me. Yeah, that's the kind of thing. I feel like it would be harder for me to learn that than to do it the regular way. No. But the last one's getting me. Yay, I did it. All it took was me stopping focusing on the screen. Wait, how am I still alive? I looked away for a second. I don't get how I'm here. Oh, that's how. Yeah, you don't even need that first one. Yes, I'm very much wondering how I got here. You might be wondering if how I got here. And if you could tell me, that would be greatly appreciated. Look, the mountain's magical. Do you think that Madeline, like, actually responds every time? So, like, she's aware of all the time she dies? Because there are a few games that have that as a mechanic, but, like, the actuality of dying never is brought up. Like, played a little bit of Elden Ring before, just like Star Trek Transport philosophical debate. No, because I'm not asking which one's the real one. I'm saying, like, because an Elden Ring, canonically, every time you die is a real thing. It's just that death doesn't exist. But I mean, death does exist here, but is it like mountains magic sort of thing? And it's never brought up by anyone either, really, that like, yeah, no, I remember what it's like to die. Have you ever died? It is horrible. I say that like I have experience. I mean, of course I know what it's like. You don't. No, I wanted it back in the bubble. Either mountain magic or depth doesn't exist and events were edited. Yes, in any game, that's the case. So you always gotta wonder, is this character aware of their own mortality? I know like in Undertale and Deltarune, that's a huge thing. Is like the meta commentary. Ah. But like, the only other things I've seen do that sort of thing besides those games is roguelike as explanations for the lore. Like, with roguelikes, it makes sense because you're continually upgrading yourself after every death. You gotta wonder how many characters are just aware. How many characters hate you because you keep on running them into the same problem over and over again? And yeah, I know, like, they're all code, they technically don't have any feelings or emotions or whatnot, but they're characters, and it's interesting to think about. Like, I think it was Sophie's World was a philosophy book. Dived into this. I had to read it back in the day when it came out. Pretty much what it's about is that a book character and like a father is creating a book for his daughter's birthday, and okay, yay! I pretty much done it, and the characters end up becoming aware that they're stuck in a book. And it's an interesting read. I can't remember how good it was, but it was definitely interesting. Yeah. No, no. There we go. Golden feather. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think I died a little bit. Uh, yeah, just a couple parts, but not sure how much I'm going to do of this, but I'm gonna try a little bit at least. It's jazzy. first parts of this level have been. Yeah, this is pretty entertaining. But I also don't like that you said the first part specifically. Because it makes me feel like the next ones won't be as fun. All subjective. Great. That doesn't fill me at all with an impending sense of dread and doom. There we go. Flipping this on par or easier than chapter 4. Okay. Maybe I just like 5B better. Fair enough. There we go. It's fine, Madeline. Do what you want. I'm just the player here. Yeah, the tricky down up. This always ends up getting me. Hmm. Okay. I need to space that out a bit more. It is a lot more forgiving than I trying to make it. Actually gives a maximum boost. Okay. That is good to know, and I need to remember I have a grab button. There you go, easy peasy. That direction scares me. So let's see what's up here. Yeah. the pain of not being able to dash where you want to is something that exists. I don't think I'm gonna do this for too much longer. Like this level, I just wanted to peek my head in real quickly and see how hard it was. It is getting late, so I'm probably gonna end stream it out here. And then I will, like, this will be the last stream of the week, and then next week I am taking a break. So, yep, sleep well. Make sure you take care of yourself. Let your loved ones know that you care for them. Let's see if there's anyone to grade out to. Let's grade this person. Yeah, let's rate. They're currently playing through Celeste as well, so have a good one. See y'all in like a week.